How do you know if Rahu is good or bad in your horoscope? Many of you know that in addition to the 7 main planets, there are 2 more shadow ones. These are Rahu and Ketu. Being in certain signs or houses, these 2 lunar nodes, as they are also called, manifest themselves in different ways. And today, we will consider the position Rahuin, the signs of the zodiac Rahu in Aries, indicates that a person needs to work out the best qualities of Aries. And this is courage, enthusiasm, determination, and leadership ability to defend your interests and lead people. And most importantly, do not be afraid to be a pioneer. Depending on which house of the horoscope Rahu is located in, you can also see the scope of study in this life forward. Only forward Rahu in Taurus is in the strongest position. Here Rahu is similar in characteristics to Venus, and the work will be aimed at ensuring stability in your life and the lives of your loved ones. And the desire for material wealth and comfort will be strengthened by such a situation. Also, this person must learn to maintain equanimity and calmness under any circumstances characteristic of Taurus Rahu in Gemini, the intellectual ruler of Gemini. Mercury is already quite fussy, intellectual, sometimes superficial. It can also adapt to the moods of others. Sometimes he lacks firmness and differentiation of his own and other people's interests. Rahu can enhance these characteristics both positively and negatively. Rahu in Cancer. A person with such a disposition should not be afraid to be merciful, sensitive, and give more love. Rahu can provoke great desires and greed, but the task of such an arrangement is to give up the greed. Rahu in Leo. Leo in a negative aspect is the most vain and proud sign of the zodiac. Here Rahu can play a cruel joke and inflate Leo's ego to an unprecedented size. And with this arrangement, a person needs to track this moment. Rahu in Virgo. The cold intellectual Virgo and the head of Rahu can give a brilliant mind to a person. It is very important for him to have material well-being. But at the same time, it is important to find a balance and not go over the heads, not succumb to the temptation of deception for the sake of enrichment. It is also important for such people to learn to serve and help other people. Rahu in Libra. Virtuosos of communication and conclusion of mutually beneficial relationships. Even if someone gets more from such cooperation and someone less, such Rahu manages to make everyone happy. Charming people, but can be superficial in their intentions. Seriousness should be developed. Rahu in Scorpio. Here Rahu will give a restless person, even a desperate one. From this, his life is thorny, because he does not expect anything else. He is in constant struggle with circumstances and reality. But the problem is that, as a rule, such people do not know what exactly they want. After all, they are accustomed to constant external struggle, that they do not even have the time or strength to listen to their hearts. Their task, to learn to hear their inner voice, to relate to the material easier, and stop expecting a dirty trick at every step. Otherwise, it is difficult to find peace of mind and happiness, constantly struggling. Rahu in Sagittarius. The task of a person with such a position of Rahu in the wise Sagittarius shows that it is important for a person to learn not to be afraid of responsibility. Such people are shown spiritual practices in order to purify themselves and look at the world with a righteous heart. Thanks to this development, this person is able to bring great benefits to society through spirituality, through conveying the truth to other people. He is able to lead people and instruct, pointing to the true values. But duality should be avoided, more specifics and a clear position, since the masses can be equal to such a person. And this is also a responsibility. Rahu in Capricorn. Capricorn is a workaholic and a careerist, so family life can become a weak point. After all the time and energy will be invested in work and career. But here is an interesting point. Rahu in Capricorn just indicates that a person does not forget about his loved ones and finds a balance between career and family. You do not need to invest all your strength and zeal to earn all the money in the world for the sake of your family. Those close to you will not become happier because of this. But successfully finding a balance between family and career can significantly improve the quality of life. Rahu in Aquarius. In this sign, Rahu feels at home. With this position, very creative personalities are obtained, with a philosophical warehouse and non-standard thinking, not afraid of everything new. They are kind of idea generators. Aquarians themselves are very independent, and they have their own opinion on everything. But there are also weaknesses. You should not focus on yourself and your desires. One must strive to be useful to others, to be able to give with joy. This position may also indicate an interest in astrology and esotericism. Rahu in Pisces. Meditative, intuitive Pisces and Rahu make for an interesting combination. This situation indicates that a person is inclined to put the whole world on the shelves and mentally analyze everything into the smallest details. He's just used to it, experience from a past life. He also has a strong craving for obtaining a huge amount of information. It seems to him that if he has a large store of knowledge, he will be one step ahead of others, although such a person will never apply much knowledge. More attention should be paid to the development of intuition, to learn to feel this world not only through the prism of logic, but also at the level of vibrations of the universe. And Rahu in Pisces, in turn, will help development in these areas. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.